You're on.
Thank you. Good evening. I hereby call to order the April 24th, 2024 meeting of the Gaithersburg Historic District Commission. For our roll call, please answer present when I call your name. Deputy City Attorney Frank Johnson.
Present.
Community Planning Manager Greg Mann.
Present.
Preservation Manager Kate San Gregorio.
Present.
Commissioner Mark Feinstein.
Present.
Commissioner Rudy Morgan.
Present.
Commissioner and Vice Chairman John Roddy.
Present.
And myself, Commissioner Chairman Diamantola, says present, so we have a quorum. And so next is our preliminary statement, which is as follows. This commission is empowered to meet and act under Article 12 of the City Code of Gaithersburg. The technical qualifications of the staff of this commission and the members of this commission are on file with the City of Gaithersburg, are available on request to any applicant, and are hereby made a part of the legal record of each and every application heard tonight. Each application heard tonight is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. Lastly, any member from the public who wishes to speak on one of tonight's applications will be given 3 minutes to address the HDC from the podium at the reserved time. And we ask everyone to refrain from speaking out from the audience and that you take any private conversations outside of the council chambers. Okay, does anyone have any conflicts of interest with any application being heard tonight?
Nope.
Okay, very good. All right. Next, we have one set of minutes needing approval, which is from the March 27th, 2024 meeting. Does any commissioner have any corrections or additions to the minutes that they'd like to see made?
No.
No? Okay, so then I make the motion to adopt the minutes as written. May I have a second?
Second.
All right, and all those in favor of adopting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? And one abstention. I abstain because I was not here. So that would be 3-0 to 1. The motion passes. Okay, next then we have one historic area work permit to review, which is HIST 9776-2024. Install exterior lighting at 7 Brookes Avenue in the RB residential buffer zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
Yes. So this HIST 9776-2024 is a historic area work permit for 7 Brookes Avenue, which is a contributing structure to the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District. It was built circa 1928 in the colonial revival style. This application comes before the HDC in accordance with section 24-227A of the City Code. This historic area work permit application is for retroactive approval for installation of 2 motion activated security lights on the right side southwest elevation and replacement of decorative lights on the facade with similar lights. Since submitting the initial staff report, staff has reconsidered the application and proposes to add a condition to the original recommendation, which I'll read out at the end of this presentation. My summary is as follows in reference to the security lights. The rearmost security light is on a minimally visible location and should not have damaged any historic fabric when it was installed, so staff finds that one acceptable. The security light near the front right corner has been installed on the fascia board and blocks decorative elements. This violates the exterior lighting section of the Brooks Russell Walker guidelines, which state that lights shouldn't obscure or destroy historic details. It should be noted that it will probably be easily removable without damaging the building. Staff's opinion is that this light should be relocated, which should be determined after consultation with the applicant. In reference to the decorative lights on the front elevation, the new facade lights are very similar to the old ones and have no significant visual change. And therefore, staff recommendation next. Okay.
Well, is the applicant available?
Mhm.
Okay, if you would like to speak, add anything to what Kate has already said, or any of your thoughts as to what you'd like to have us vote on? You don't have to, but you're certainly welcome to. Come right up to the podium if you want to.
Here?
Yes? Okay.
I don't
Please.
really have too much to say.
All right, that's okay. Please state your name and I guess the district you live in.
So my name's Cornell Abod. We're in sort of West Gaithersburg where we reside. This is our office.
Okay, all right. And then we're going to have you sworn in. Frank, will you do us the honors?
Do you swear to tell the truth and the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge and understanding?
I do.
Okay. Please, start whenever you
So,
like.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the commission, for taking up our application. We really don't have any comments. We're comfortable with what Ms. San Gregorio has proposed, and we're happy to meet with them further to adjust the location of that particular light.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
And there's no one else in the audience, so then we can go to the public. Do you see if anyone is online right now? If not, I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway. For anyone who is at home interested, to indicate that you want to make a comment, if you're on a computer or laptop, move your mouse to the bottom center of the Zoom window, and you should see a raise hand button pop up, I think down at the bottom of the page. Click on the button, then you can call. Then we can call on you. If you're dialing in on the telephone, please press *9 to raise your hand.
See, I do not see any raised hands.
Okay, next down, let's go to the commissioners. Commissioner Feinstein, you're up first.
I have no issues. I'm glad you added that condition because that was my only issue with the application. So I'm happy that you guys have no issues with relocating that one light. Other than that, I think the decorative lights are fine, and yeah, putting those other security lights in a less obscure location will be acceptable.
Terrific, thank you. Commissioner Morgan?
I have no comments. I agreed with the staff recommendation, and I also agree that you're willing to meet that recommendation. So that's.
Okay, very good. Commissioner Ryan?
I'm fully in agreement with my colleagues.
Oh, okay, and I as well. I have no comments. I think that these things are minor, and the adjustment sounds great to me, too. Okay, so may I have a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments?
I move that the Historic District Commission, based on the exhibits submitted, the applicant's testimony, the staff report findings and recommendation, and exterior lighting section of the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District Design Guidelines, approve HIST 9776-2024, finding it in compliance with section 24-227.2 of the City Code with one condition. The applicant must work with the staff to relocate the security light on the southwest right elevation installed on the fascia to a less visible location, which does not block any historic details within the 6-month approval of this application.
Wonderful. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor that support the motion, say aye. Nay if you don't, abstain if you wish. Commissioner Feinstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan?
Aye.
Commissioner Roddy?
Aye.
Commissioner Ventola says aye. Passes 4-0. Congratulations to you.
Thank
You
you.
have a beautiful home, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, next then, we have 3 tax credit applications. The first of which is HIST 9766-2024, which is historic tax credit certification at 30 Walker Avenue in the R90 medium density residential zone. Okay, before we go on, are you able to give us on our computer what we see on the screen?
If you press the-
Generally we all have, but I see only Mark has is the one.
Should come up now.
Great, thank you. Okay, so thank you very much. May we have introduction from staff, please?
All right. HIST 9766-2024 is for 30 Walker Avenue, an application for historic tax credits. This is a contributing structure to the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District. It was built circa 1915, a 4-square home, primarily sided and stucco. The applicant seeks $1,528 in tax credits for roof flashing repair, replacement of exterior lighting, in-kind replacement of a rear window, damaged siding, and paint. The photos in the packet that the applicant provided aren't exactly before photos, but reference photos from other parts of the house of the level of damage. Staff recommends that the Historic District Commission certify by motion that HIST 9766-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Okay, and the applicant is not here, I guess, right?
No.
Okay, can you put it back to the previous photo? I just had a quick question. The trim around the window, is that wood or is it PVC? I'm just curious.
It is a vinyl window, so most likely vinyl.
So the wood trim, the wide trim is PVC?
Yes, the applicant insisted that it was,
Okay.
this was an in-kind replacement,
Okay.
so
all
the
right.
window was already.
It was in kind?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, so the public is now invited to speak. If there's anybody on the public wishing to make a comment on your computer or laptop, move your mouse to the bottom center of the Zoom window, and you can see a raised hand pop up. If you are dialing on telephone, please press *9. Do we have anybody that looks like they're interested?
I do not see any hands raised.
Okay, then I'll go to the commissioners. Commissioner Feinstein?
If you're doing a replacement on a historic structure, but you're not replacing one of the historic elements of it, is that still eligible?
Yeah, I
Or-
mean, you said it's replacing in
In kind,
kind,
yeah.
and I kind of don't think that they had PVC back then, so.
We weren't unsure of actually when the replacement was made. It may have been made in the 90s for all we know. We did reach out to the applicant, and the applicant did confirm to us multiple times that, to their knowledge, that it was a final window before and it's been replaced in kind as before.
We couldn't find any evidence to
So
the
no photos or
contrary.
anything.
Mhm.
But I guess that goes back to my question, that obviously this is not, if this was a vinyl window from the 90s that was in there that's being replaced in kind, it's not I guess it's not a contributing portion of the building that's historic, is it still?
Yeah, it's my understanding. I think it's still eligible for tax credit because the resource is still a contributing resource to the
Okay.
district. Even non-contributing resources can also receive tax credits for being in the district.
It's a great question.
Okay, yeah, that was my main question.
Obviously, even after tonight, if it's certified, it does go back to the county, right, in their preservation office to review as well, and they're the ultimate deciders right at the end of the day to grant the tax credit.
Okay,
Okay, anything further?
no.
Okay, Commissioner Morgan?
I don't have any comments.
All right, Commissioner Roddy?
No comment.
And Commissioner Ventola says no comment. So, next then, may I have a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments?
I move staff recommendation that the Historic District Commission satisfied by motion that HIST-9766-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Very good. Anybody second?
Second.
All right, so now for a vote. I support the motion, A if you don't, abstain if you wish. Commissioner Feinstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan?
Aye.
Commissioner Roddy?
Aye.
Commissioner Ventola says aye. So that passes 4-0. To the applicant who is not present, congratulations. Next then is, we have the second of the three tax credits, and it is for HIST 9767-2024, Historic Tax Credit Certification at 7 Brookes Avenue in the RB Residential Buffer Zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
HIST 9767-2024 for 7 Brookes Avenue again. This application is for historic tax credits. It is contributing to the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District, built circa 1928. And the applicant seeks $3,327.25 in tax credits for work including the repair of the Bilco basement door, installation of gutter guards, repair of damaged chimney, replacement of the chimney's rain cap, and the installation of chimney liner. There are photos in the packet of repaired steps and a curb, but those don't actually count towards the tax credits. And the applicant amended their financial information to reflect that. So staff recommends that the Historic District Commission certify by motion that HIST 9767-2024 is eligible for eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Tax Credit Program.
Okay, wonderful. Would the applicant like to add anything?
We You have nothing to add.
Okay, very good.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, all right, and public is now invited to speak. If you want to make a comment and you're on a computer, move your mouse to the bottom center of the Zoom window to see a raise hand button pop up. And if you're on phone, please press star 9 to raise your hand.
I do not see any hands raised.
Very good, all right, let's go to the commissioners. Commissioner Feinstein, you're up first.
I do have a question for this also,
Yeah.
and it relates to the third, it'll relate to the next one as well, because it's the same question basically for two different elements. If you're installing an element like the gutter guards, for instance, that are, I mean, they're not a replacement, obviously, but it's an improvement to the house, and it's something that's beneficial to the house, obviously. From my reading of the tax credit program, I couldn't see how that actually met the requirements, but I may have missed it.
Can I interject? I believe we have found in the past
Yeah.
that if it helps preserve the structure, the historic
That's
structure,
okay.
that we have voted to approve that. Now, is anybody thinking that I'm mistaken in my memory?
That's what I couldn't remember.
No, that's
No,
my understanding.
I agree,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we had found in the
And
past.
by the way, I think that came from yourself. I think that was your suggestion years ago, and I think we all had a lot of value in it then and now, so.
And
That's, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I also checked, I couldn't find directly either in our tax credit guidelines or the Montgomery County that says yay or nay, so.
If it didn't say nay, I'm all for having them get the money to help
Yeah.
keep
Right.
these preserved.
Yeah, it's certainly an improvement it'll make the house
I
function
think,
more
I
properly.
think that was the discussion, but I'm going back more years than I really care to specify at this time.
All right, good, very good. All right, then Commissioner Morgan,
I have no comments.
Okay. Commissioner Roddy,
No comments at all.
Yeah.
Commissioner Ventola says no comment.
Yeah.
Okay, so may I have a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments?
I'll move that we find that the property at HIST 9767-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
I'll second.
Very good, all right, so let's go to a vote. Aye if you support the motion, nay if you don't. Commissioner Feinstein,
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan,
Aye.
Commissioner Roddy,
Aye.
Commissioner Ventola says aye, so that also passes 4-0. Congratulations to the applicant. Then next and last on the tax credits is HIST 9780-2024 Historic Tax Credit Certification at 605 Steinbeck Avenue in the MXD Mixed Use Development Zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
HIST 9780-2024 for 605 Steinbeck Avenue. This application is for historic tax credits, and this property is individually designated as the England Crown Farm, built circa 1894 in the Gothic Revival style. The applicant seeks $5,574.87 in historic tax credits for installation of custom storm windows. Those were approved as part of HIST 9467-2022 in January of 2023. Staff recommends that the Historic District Commission certify by motion that HIST 9780-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Wonderful, okay, and the applicant appears to not be here. Next then is the public is invited to speak. If you're on a computer, put your mouse down at the bottom of the window for the raise hand button to pop up. And if you're on phone, press star 9 to raise your hand. Do we have anybody?
I do not see any raised hands.
Okay, very good. Let's go to the commissioners. Commissioner Feinstein.
No issues with this.
All right, very good. Commissioner Morgan.
No comments.
Commissioner Roddy.
None by me.
And Commissioner Ventola says none as well. And so for the voting, may I have a motion to approve or deny this application with or without amendments?
I move that the HEC certify by motion that HIST 9780-2024 is eligible for participation in the Montgomery County Historic Preservation Tax Credit Program.
Second?
Yes, second.
All right, very good. And our voting is as follows: aye, nay, or abstain. Commissioner Feinstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Morgan?
Aye.
Commissioner Roddy?
Aye.
Commissioner Ventola says aye, and it passes 4-0. Congratulations to the applicant. Next on our list is a courtesy review, which is as follows. SP 9788-2024, which is a courtesy review of exterior alterations to 20 East Diamond Avenue in the CBD Central Business District Zone. May we have an introduction from staff, please?
Yes, 20 East Diamond Avenue, numbered SP 9788-2024 for a courtesy review. This property is part of the Old Town Courtesy Review area. It is for alteration to the building, including removing an entrance and replacement with a window. The entrance proposed to be removed has no significant features. The rear entrance and window change is minimally visible and would retain the symmetry of the fenestration pattern. Parking lot changes would be an improvement, and there would also not be any impact to nearby historic resources, nor would the building's character be altered. Staff recommends that the Historic District Commission conduct a courtesy review of the proposed final site plan application, SP 9788-2024, for 20 East Diamond Avenue, acting in full accordance with Section 24-227.4 of the City Code.
Okay, and I see that the applicant is not present. Okay, for the drawing that you have up on the screen, can you actually put it back to where we had it?
Yeah, one second.
The
Sorry.
elevation drawing. Can you blow that up, please? All right, there's no legend here, so you could kindly tell us what
Yeah,
these
what's
mean?
going on?
Oh, yeah. So this is the current building, and you see there that entranceway
Well,
at
yeah, if you
the
can
porch.
do the drawing itself, like
Oh.
hit each item and tell us what's going on with it, because it looks like there's about 12 things maybe.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it.
12, 13.
Yeah, I pretty much
Like, I
picked
guess
out
the
what
chimney, what's going on with the chimney, what are they doing?
it was all just repairs.
When you
Repairs
say
to the
point out?
chimney
Point out, okay.
and the windows as well.
Well, what's with the windows? Just point up the sill, or is there something with the windows?
I believe the plans just
Yes,
said
all
they
the
were
work's
repaired.
maintenance work. The main change that really triggers the requirements of the site plan is the removal of the porch, the covered porch, and the door that was there before. This is actually to facilitate additional dwelling units within the building. That area used to be commercial square footage, and they're converting that to 3 new dwelling units.
Okay, so you're saying all of the 13 items that are listed, or I'll say 10 of the 13, generally are just maintenance?
Yeah, they're material
items?
call-outs and things like that that we typically
But
get in
they're
the site plan
maintenance.
process. Yeah.
Okay,
there's-
so the only
The main
thing-
change that's really triggering the review tonight is that item, as well
Removing
as.
the porch and adding the windows
It did
instead
it-
of the doorway.
Yes, and the changes to the parking lot as well, which trigger the site plan process.
Got it, okay. I am curious, though, it appears that the windows align with the center window, the new window aligns with the ones to the left and to the right. And so I'm curious as to how one went up a set of stairs and entered the building without being 3 feet or 4 feet above the floor. Was there like a landing there? Was it a set of stairs inside? I'm just
I
curious.
have not been in the building, so I am not 100%
Just
sure.
curious, just curious. Okay, it doesn't affect us at all, it's interior, I was just curious, I was like, how could that happen? All right.
We
great.
can follow up with the applicant on that request before it gets back to the planning commission.
No, it doesn't really have any factor on what we do, because we don't have any purview on the interiors. I was just curious about it.
Can you go back to the elevation again? Yeah, so they're moving the stairs.
They're removing the stairs, so that used to be, I believe, an entrance up to a commercial square footage, a commercial area.
Yeah.
Again, they're
Yeah,
removing the
there's the
commercial
photo.
to
Yeah.
put in
It's all coming out.
new residential units.
And they're putting a new seal, and then what are they doing with their existing seal? Are they going to, as Dean said, they're going to repoint number 2?
That's actually a new set of windows. Like, look
Okay.
at the photo, okay, if you go back
Yeah,
to the
it-
photo, you
Okay.
can see there was a door and a set of
Yeah,
stairs
yeah.
and a covered porch.
I'm
All
talking
that
about the
comes
existing. I'm
out.
talking about the existing windows.
Just to the right and to the left?
Yeah, the one on top.
I'm not aware of
All
any
new
repair
windows?
work that's going on with the existing windows or not. I know they've already, as you can see in the photo, they've already boarded up some of the windows in preparation,
That-
but the actual windows are still behind the
You
plywood.
just answered my question. All right,
Okay.
all right.
But you see on the elevation, they have the seal up there, number 2, and then they point to the window below that. Then the window to the right, they don't say anything.
I think those are just repairs, right, Greg?
Yeah, I'm kind
My
of curious.
understanding,
Yeah,
if I remember.
It's just a silver repair.
I think the elevation lack a lot of information, and it's just from looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was
a keynote
more.
legend would be helpful.
Yes.
I
We
believe there was
need to
more in the
file it.
packet.
If we can actually bring up Patrick Lundberg, I think he is with the applicant's team and is online virtually. He can maybe answer some of your questions
Oh,
tonight.
interesting, okay,
Can I
His hand's
add
raised.
him now?
all right. Hello, can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us yet?
If we can unmute Patrick Lundberg.
Good evening, this is Patrick Lundberg.
Well, hello, thank you. Is this the owner?
No, this is not the owner. The owner was not able to make it tonight due to a religious holiday conflict, but I'm the architect on the project, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here on behalf of the owner.
Oh, okay, very good.
So I'm happy to help clarify some of these questions that you have tonight.
Okay, very good. Well, hold on, we're gonna have you sworn in. Frank, can you swear him in?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Okay, very good. All right, so I guess we'll go around robin and ask questions to you. First up is Commissioner Feinstein.
Hi, good evening. I have a couple questions. First, with the infill, where you're removing the door and the canopy, is there brick that will match the adjacent surfaces, or how do you intend to finish the brick around what's being removed?
Yes, certainly. And first of all, thank you for your questions and your hearing tonight. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to answering these questions for you. So in regards to the brick that will be removed, yes, we will be repointing and repairing brick, which will remain in that area. And for any voids that will be left from the removal of the existing steps and landing, we will be replacing the brick in kind with a brick to match, and also a mortar color to match the existing as well.
So it's a readily available brick? that you're-
Yes, as far as we know, based on the research done thus far, it's a relatively standard finish and color, and we're confident that we can find a good match.
All right, and same thing with the window. Are you able to kind of, I mean, it looked like it's pretty standard vinyl window or aluminum window. I wasn't sure what it was, but you're just going to match that with the new window?
That's correct. Yeah, it'll be a white single hung window.
Okay. Have you considered where you have the glass block above the removed canopy, putting a double single hung window there to kind of align with what's above and below?
You know, great question. We have considered it. However, to minimize the amount of demolition work and disruption to the existing facade, we are not currently planning on doing so.
Okay. Because I think once you remove that, it's going to look, it'll look a little odd in terms of that elevation compared to everything else that seems to have a place, but just as a consideration. And then, obviously, we're not really commenting on the inside, but I assume that's not an egress stair that you're removing, or an egress.
That is correct. And just a couple, to answer a couple questions that were brought up previously. So the interior in that area will be reconfigured so that stair is removed and the floor is built across the opening that was previously there in order to provide accessible floor space in that area. And yes, sir, that is not a required means of egress. The building otherwise meets the egress requirements according to Chapter 10 of the Building Code.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, Commissioner Morgan?
The window seal, based on your number 2, is just for the 2 windows, the one on top and the one below? Or
Yes, sir.
does it carry over to the rest of the windows? The window seal? Are you doing the same thing? What you doing with the window seal?
Yes, no, understood. So to answer another question that's brought up, there is a keynote legend on the drawing sheet as well as some general notes. But it appears that in the exhibit that you have in front of you, maybe that keynote wasn't included.
Okay.
But the overall elevation sheets are in your team's possession. To answer your question though, so the number 2 keynote reads existing Rolock brick sill to remain. So those are sills that are to remain. But in the area where there's the new window going in, keynote 7, that reads new Rolock brick sill, and that new Rolock brick sill would match the existing conditions as well.
Okay. All right.
Anything further?
That's it.
Okay, Commissioner Roddy?
No questions or comments.
Okay, and Commissioner Ventola says he already asked this question. So, next then is, since this is a courtesy review, we don't vote on it, so to the applicant and his attorney, Mr. Lindberg, thank you very much for presenting to us.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, everybody.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next then is anything from the commissioners. Mark?
Nope.
Rudy?
Nope.
John?
Nope.
And I say no as well. Next then from the staff is, first up, I believe, is the HDC Award Nominations.
Yes. So I know I'm new, but I did want to have something for the award ceremony in May. So I picked out a few projects that I think would qualify. I'd certainly welcome additional nominations and understand if you don't feel any of these are worthy of an award. I did want to go through 9 Brookes Avenue was approved as HISD 9114-2021. Renovation included the new front porch roof, enclosure of screened side porch. Elements altered were probably not original to the house. It was built circa 1897 and contributing to the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District. That's a before photo and after. And there's another one. So I don't know if you want to go all at once or
So we're voting on it tonight, you think?
I think so. So we can
Okay.
have it
Yeah, I
ready.
think we're looking for a vote tonight, if you guys can. We can go through all of them real fast if you want, and then we
You
can
take
go,
all of them, there's only 4 up.
we can go through all 4 of them tonight
What
if you'd
about
like.
anything that isn't on here? What do we do about that?
She said you could nominate.
Well, I don't have any recall.
You
Any of
can
them.
remember that.
Staff typically goes through and weeds out the ones that we think are eligible and of the highest value to the commission as it relates to an award. So we did not provide every single historic area work permit that you guys have approved over the last, year and a half, I guess it is.
What about the trees
What about?
and the fences?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then let's take them one at a time. And so the rule we've always had, and I think Mark, you presented it originally, and we all agree, is it has to be unanimous. So a 3-to-1 doesn't fly. So there's no limit on how many, all 4 can be, and there's no minimum that we can have 0. We've had times where we've had 0, and they were very sad times, but still. All right, so let's take one at a time. Mark, yay or nay on having this be an award?
I mean, I think it's a dramatic change, but I think that it's primarily due to the paint.
That is true.
But I think it looks beautiful.
Okay, it's
And
all good points,
Yeah.
but you vote yes, yes, no?
I'm torn just because I don't want to be kind of swayed just because of a dramatic paint color.
Because if they change the paint color, then you can go back and pull the award back.
But I think it's.
You want to say this?
Can I comment? Or no, it's not, is it inappropriate?
I don't think it matters. Do you guys have a comment from the audience?
No.
Not a problem? Okay,
No, go
yes,
ahead.
but please come
Come
up
to
to
the
the
microphone.
podium, state your name, and you are still sworn in,
Yeah.
so make sure it's correct information,
So that house happens to be our next door neighbor.
okay?
Yeah.
So in one of the, you can see our house right next to it.
Oh,
It-
okay.
It's way more than just the paint color.
Yeah.
Because it was about 1.5 years, I think, of improvement there. They've done a tremendous job, and we're so happy that they did that and that you guys approved their plan, because it makes that part of the street just tremendous, it just improves it tremendously.
All right.
They did really, I mean, the interior, my wife's seen it, I haven't seen it, but the interior supposedly is terrific.
Okay.
And they did a lot of exterior demolition. They also, most recently, Mr. Aldana repaired the garage, which was in really, really bad shape.
Yeah.
So for what that's worth, we're very pleased that was improvement was made.
Well, thank you very much.
That was great, thank you.
Worth a lot to me personally.
Yeah, so
Okay.
on that, yeah, I'm in favor.
All right. Oh, what is the property number?
Nine.
Nine Brooks.
Okay, good. All right.
Brooks.
All right, so Mark is a yay. Rudy?
I think from what I heard from Mark and what I heard from the neighbor, I like the entire package. They took a lot of consideration in addressing the landscaping, the streetscape, which make the house renovation and improvement a complete package. Looking at what they had before. And
It's a huge difference.
That's a
it's
good point.
huge
That is a
difference.
very
So
good point. There's an
I'll
enormous
consider
difference.
that. I'll consider it as part of the
Yeah,
award.
now that I'm looking at it again. it's-
Nomination.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look chaotic, right?
That's
They have
beautiful.
before. Very simplistic, very clean. I like that.
And I have to say, it also increases the property values.
Yeah.
So that's always important. All right, so you're a yay?
Yeah.
All right, John?
I'm also a yay, and I agree with both my colleagues. I think taking that house out of the woods, it made a big difference.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am as well, so it made it. So we got the first one out. All
Awesome.
right, next one is.
And
what's
if it
the-
helps real quick, I just pulled up Preservation Month 2024 and what the theme is this year, and it's actually people saving places. So you can actually use that maybe as well as you're looking at your criteria for
That's a very good one.
deciding if it's worthy of an award or not.
Thank you very much. And that first one is worthy of it because of the people saving places. All right, next then is 15 Brooks, all right?
Saving places.
Yeah, this one was approved as HAST 9312-2020. They removed a brick painted chimney and rebuilt it in kind without repainting it. It was built circa 1922 and contributing to the Brooks Russell Walker Historic District. This is a general before photo and after, but you can't really tell with the chimney, so
Yeah.
this is a little
I've
more.
seen this before.
And you
Yeah,
can't
we have.
see it in this picture, but I found some pictures where the paint had been damaging the bricks. So I believe this was a good way to preserve the house and the chimney and return it to its original brick
So
condition.
the left is the before and the right is the after, that is they stripped paint?
Yes.
They stripped the painter, actually rebuilt it.
Oh, they rebuilt it.
And rebuilt it,
Yeah.
I see, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I also remember that they had not put the scalloped siding in the gable end originally, and came back and I see that they did it. And that's a beautiful home, it's a beautiful home, okay? All right, so then, Mark, yay or nay?
I think it's a beautiful home. I agree with you that. I think they did a great job. It looks like on the chimney. However,
Mhm.
I don't think it reaches the same level for the award.
Oh,
So-
okay,
So I'm a nay on that.
all right. So do we want to go further? Because if it's no, it's a no.
Unless someone wants
No.
to convince me otherwise.
No.
Yeah, okay, all right. So the chimney was the only thing that they did there? I thought they did a whole lot of other stuff. Like I thought that all the scallop was new and everything. Scallop siding up in the dormer, I remember the colors.
I mean, that's
were
the before on
different.
the left, and they have this, it looks like the same.
Yeah.
My memory is so different. I'm telling you, it was very different than what this was. It was different colors and everything. There was a lot done. If I'm not mistaken, there was like railing done in the front. Do we have like an old picture of this, like when we first reviewed it? Because I thought it's much more than chimney. I remember we had pictures of each of the 4 sides, and I think 3 of the sides were.
I believe you're remembering a different project.
Is it different
Yeah,
one?
I believe you are,
Don't-
yes.
Really?
think it's this
Wasn't
one.
this the one with the scallops?
I think
That
you remember a
one
different
put on
project. There was a
properly?
commercial property, actually,
No, no.
not a residential.
No, it was residential. I'm telling you, it was residential for sure. And I could be a different house, I may be mistaken, but I remember that they put it on one of the sides, and they did not put it on the left-hand side. But without any earlier photograph, I cannot say that is as a fact. So I guess I'll have to move on then. And it wouldn't change your opinion? or-
Well, I think if we, I mean, part of my opinion is due to the fact that the scope is fairly limited as
Oh, yeah, if
presented.
it's only the
Yeah.
chimney, I agree with you. But I thought there was significant work on this house.
I mean, I think the house is, it doesn't, I mean, the house is beautiful, I mean, but as an award for preservation and change, and it's, I mean, it was, at least the before picture presented, it was beautiful before also.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, next then, I guess, unless we come up with something later, if somebody does some digging and sees that it does have more work done than just the chimney, then maybe we can do a posthumous award.
Yeah, the scope is limited.
Well, if it's only the chimney, then I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so next one?
This is 226 East Diamond Avenue. They removed the non-original awnings and painted. It's built in 1874, listed in the historic preservation section of the master plan as a resource of note and potentially eligible for designation. It's in the Old Town courtesy review area. There was no HDC involvement in this one. The paint and awning removal didn't need a historic area work permit or a courtesy review. The work also received a grant from the city. So I understand this might not be something you guys would usually approve, but I thought it would be at least worth suggesting. So this is the before. And after, it's right on the corner by the train station.
I did a lot of work on this one too. Go back again.
This one?
Okay.
And then the after?
Yeah.
Seems like all that woodwork on the before looked a whole lot nicer.
Yeah.
This, though, where it says
Yeah.
diamond drugs, all of that, to me, is
Yeah.
extremely elegant, and it looks like it's no
They took
longer.
it out and
Well, I guess, you know
It's
what?
still there,
The
it's just
paint-
painted, yeah.
The paint is different.
There was a
And-
lot of pushback from those store owners
on what?
They- on those awnings. They didn't care for them.
yeah, they should have done.
No, I like the
something.
removal
Yeah,
of the
I like
awnings, to be honest. I'm just I'm torn about, was that brick, was that originally just exposed and not painted previously? And now it's painted?
I believe.
I'm not
that's the
sure.
I couldn't tell from the previous
Some of
picture.
it's stucco, so, or you mean,
Yeah, go back. Oh,
You mean
Is
in
that
this one?
stucco or is that
it
brick?
is stucco.
That's all stucco?
Yeah.
Stucco, you're talking about this?
I'm talking about what looks like the reddish.
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think-
that's
I think
stucco?
That's-
stucco, yeah.
That's a great color match. I
Yeah.
mean, so all of this up here is stucco?
Oh, the second story was stucco as well?
Wow, how about that? That's a nice color. Well, the awnings do look like they are flimsy, like a great wind would pull them apart, but obviously it didn't occur. They just don't look strong. But you're saying, John, that a lot of the realtors or the retailers in the area just don't like them?
They didn't like them, no.
They didn't like
These
the
in
awning.
particular, or no awnings?
No, those in particular.
Doesn't-
And these are not original.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're not? Okay. All right.
But, yeah, I think that's a huge improvement for me.
So take those off,
Yeah, I'm just not sure about
the rest of it.
the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like it's a very historic looking. Let's take away the awnings in our mind.
Well,
Everything
it
else
originally
looks,
was a drugstore.
Right.
yeah, I'm just saying, this looks like a very nice historic building. And let's say, get rid of the awnings. But then the new version, I think lost a lot of the character.
Yeah.
So I'll say no for me, but let's start with Mark.
Well, we already said no, so
I'm on record to say.
I don't have to weigh my opinion.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll start with someone else the next time. That way you don't have to be the bad guy all the time. All right, and then next one or the last one?
And real quick, if I can interject,
Yeah.
I did go back and I looked. The actual property you're thinking of was 10 Brooks.
10 Brooks?
So it is a different building
Oh, okay.
than the one you're
Well, then,
referencing. I
thank
actually
you.
can-
That makes me feel good about that.
I actually
then.
found it in Street View where it shows the before and after. So
Oh,
wow.
okay. Well, now, why wouldn't that be part of this?
it probably predated the hops that were.
Really?
It probably fell into another cycle where you already had awards, is my guess.
Oh, okay.
Really? Can you confirm that?
I would have to do some research
Well, it's
out of
not
this
part-
meeting.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's not going to be in depth. Just
We can look
find out
we
when
can look
was.
into it.
What was
We can do
10
it
Brooks?
posthumously.
10 Brooks.
10 Brooks.
Posthumously?
Yeah, after his death. All right, okay, so next and last?
We do retroactive approvals all the time here.
Yeah, that's true.
We can do some research and we'll send an email
Okay.
to the commission.
Yeah, does anybody remember the changes on that? Is it significant enough to vote yay or nay on it tonight?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right, then just send it, and then I guess everybody just vote yay or nay, and if it's a no, any of us is a no, it's a no then. All right, and then lastly?
Last is 321 Firehouse Lane. They replaced the wood front door with a steel door of similar style. The previous door was not original. They replaced the rake boards and replaced the metal roof with a similar metal roof. It was built circa 1960.
Did we already give this an award?
We
though?
did, yeah.
Did they?
Maybe even more than once, but we certainly gave it an award, so.
I tried digging and I didn't see a recent one, but
Yeah.
if it already got an award,
And they did a
that's-
good job. for
It's a great
sure.
house, yeah.
But I would not say putting a metal door on is worth it, so, but I'm not speaking yet, so. Let's go to John first.
I'd say no, I don't think it rises to that level.
All right, so it doesn't go any further. How about you, Rudy?
No.
Okay, so, all right, how about you?
Agreed.
All right, so there you go. So we actually have 4 no's on that one. All right, if anybody can think of another one that we've come across in the last year, I guess send it to Kate and have her put it to all of us. But at the very least, see if you can find out about that other one, if it meets the date, because I thought there was a lot of work done on that.
If I remember correctly, I think it's been a couple of years since that was approved, so it probably fell in a
Okay.
different cycle, but we can confirm
Well, if it
that.
fell out of the cycle, then no. I'm just wondering why we didn't give it an award back then. Maybe it was COVID, we weren't around.
It may
Yeah,
have.
there
That's
weren't
probably-
any awards done during COVID.
Could be
Yeah,
that.
it's
Mm,
possible.
maybe.
We'll look, we'll get back to you.
Okay, all right. So far, we only have one.
You can give an asterisk for code.
Yeah. It's true. We could retroactively give an award for the,
Do you want to?
if it was not eligible because of COVID. I mean,
Okay, then send it.
Yeah, I know we did,
Send it
after
either way.
COVID, and we did meet back, and I think last year was probably the first time. I know Chris did go back and retroactively look at projects during those years,
Yeah.
and provided what, I think a recommendation at that time at least. But let me do some research, we'll get back
Send
to
it
you.
either way, because I like the idea of it being retroactive, and so we'll vote on it. Okay.
And
so
we'll put an asterisk. It can't just be a regular.
Really?
No.
Yeah, okay, all right. Would you like the Pete Rose version?
The Roger
Okay.
Maris, yeah.
All right, very good. And that's it. Let's see, next then is, we're still on staff. So that was the HDC Award Ceremony, which only one made it. Wow, this is a tough crowd. So anything from Frank?
That's not-
All right, Greg?
Nothing for me tonight?
Kate?
Oh, one
Oh,
thing,
go
sorry.
ahead.
Just give you an update on the update to the city code. We had the public hearing about 2 weeks ago with the planning commissioner and the mayor and city council.
Okay.
It did go well. We had one change that came out of that meeting related to schematic development plans and when they expire. Currently, there's no expiration requirements under the code.
There
They would
should be.
prefer that it be expire, and right now, we're looking to propose 10 years on expiration.
10. Oh, my goodness.
There are larger plans usually that do take, multiple years to come to fruition.
Goodness gracious. All right. Kate?
But other than that, we are on track for hopefully approval, July 15th meeting with the mayor and city council with adoption then and everything going into effect in August.
Great.
Okay, very good. All right. Kate, anything from you?
Nope.
Okay, very good. We are hereby adjourned.
All